Good morning. My name is Michelle. Everything that happens in our lives happens for a reason. Or perhaps I should say that everything in our lives happens for a season. Whatever season is going on in your life, like perhaps you are just graduated high school and this is your first semester here at Sandhills, or maybe you are getting out of a bad relationship. It is how we deal with these changing seasons that make a difference. It is important to first recognize that seasons come and go. Second, question what exactly do you want to get out of this season? What fruit do you want to see when your season is over? And most importantly, it's important to be prepared, properly prepared to work through your season with the right tools. In my own life, change has been one of the scariest things to me. I want to live in a safe space where things stay the same, predictable, and easy to manage. However, when I graduated high school, I quickly realized that my small bubble of normalcy was going to be burst into something I would have never expected. Events in our lives, like going new places or meeting new people or getting out of a bad relationship, are seasons in our lives. It is how we adapt to these changes that shape our futures and dictates our success. How about I tell you two short stories? The first one is one of Aesop's fables, The Fisherman Piping. The second is one of my own personal experiences and how I've dealt with change in my new seasons. Now I will tell you of Aesop's fable, The Fisherman Piping. Reference from the website Aesop's Fables retrieved on June 4th, 2021. The Fisherman Piping is a story of a fisherman who goes to the seashore to fish with his flute. Despite his beautiful melody, he was bitter when he learned that perhaps the best way to catch a fish was simply to use fishing equipment. On this website, they believe that the moral of this story was, quote, to do the right thing at the right season is a great art. And I couldn't agree more. Why do you think that the fisherman went to the sea to fish with a flute? I mean, it's a great story, but what does it look like in real life? I'm going to tell you my own personal story and how it affected me. Over the last year, I've had a major shift in seasons. This is my story. Currently, I am double majoring in digital media technology and in visual arts. I'm a member of the Effective Communication Association and vice president of the Student Government Association. Through it all, somehow I've managed to maintain a 4.0 GPA. This is great, right? I mean, it sounds great, but to tell you the truth, I will have to tell you something that happened over a year ago. This is where my season changed. Before college, I was a homeschooled child from pre-K all the way through high school until finally, as the only student in my class, I graduated top of my class with a 2.8 GPA. Yeah, I was not proud. I didn't even expect to get into Sandhills. At this time, my parents were divorcing and my brother was permanently moving away from home. During this time, my dad had raised me to believe that education was never going to get me anywhere that really mattered. However, when I graduated high school, that is when I really realized that this was my future and my success that I had to plan and I had to work for. This is when my seasons changed. This is when I started college. Despite my new environment, I found it really difficult to accept that my seasons had actually changed. I was going somewhere, or I could go somewhere. It took me forever to accept that it was perfectly okay that my seasons had changed. After accepting this, I gave myself a goal. I was determined that I was going to be a 4.0 student. I was going to be anything but someone that had failed high school. And the hardest part, just like that fisherman, I started using the wrong tools. I barely knew how to study. I was winging it through every test, and I just had the wrong mindset. I knew that I wouldn't succeed this way, but I didn't know exactly how to change it. Finally, I focused on sitting down, practicing my material, and most importantly, getting a tutor. I needed that. That is what I needed to accept in my new season. This is the only reason I'm able to hold the accomplishments that I have today. My story may not be as cut and clean as Aesop's The Fisherman Piping, and I hope that you take the time to read it. Yet I still found the same conclusion as our silly fisherman. For both the fisherman and I had to accept that I needed to use the right tool for the right job. So please, be prepared for your seasons. You never know when you will find yourself emotionally or physically in a new season, somewhere you have never been before. So when your season does change, please find a goal and be prepared, properly prepared for your new season. Thank you. Are there any questions? Oh, did I do it?